Hi, welcome to Audiobook Academy. This is a self-paced audiobook. There's no need to keep an eye on things. Just pay attention. Thank you for taking the time to listen. This is a book summary of Start with Why? How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone to Take Action. By Simon Sinek. What qualities do you attribute to a leader's ability to be both effective and influential? In Start with Why, we learn that the most successful and influential leaders all have one thing in common. They all begin with why. Connection with your why is what Sinek discovered intuitively. But what does why mean? You may have heard of Simon Sinek's TED Talk, which gained him worldwide fame, or you may have read some of his other bestsellers. Sinek explains the why, as the deeply held beliefs and values that inform and drive your behavior. He worked in advertising before becoming a best-selling author and motivational speaker. The focus of Sinek's work is on the snowball effect of inspiration and fulfillment. Sinek asserts that everyone has the right to wake up inspired, to feel safe and comfortable at work, and to be ultimately fulfilled by their career. In addition, he believes that motivating the people you work with has a cascading effect. On the other hand, how does one go about inspiring those around them? Changing the way we think, act, and communicate is the only way that this can happen, according to Sinek. This summary will provide a brief overview of how to think, act and communicate in order to achieve positive change. As a result, Sinek's Golden Circle shows how this why builds trust and loyalty, as well as a willingness for people to accept change. Understanding the Golden Circle helps us better understand what it takes to build successful companies and individuals. How some organizations inspire change and exceptional results while others don't is explained by the Golden Circle, which has 3 concentric circles. The first critical insight in understanding what Sinek calls the Golden Circle, is how it's based in biology. He uses examples from Apple, the Wright Brothers, and Martin Luther King Jr. to show how why can be a powerful tool in the workplace. People aren't interested in what you do, they're interested in why you do it. The second thing you should do is hire people who aren't so much interested in your what is your why. Great leaders inspire action because they begin with the why. The Golden Circle is a mathematical concept that purports to show that there is some order in chaos. Predictability is a key component of successful outcomes, and they are not random. It's easiest to visualize if you think of 3 concentric circles. The what, how, and why are all found in the outer circle. The inner circle, on the other hand, is the most critical. When it comes to our daily activities, most of us are aware of what we do and even how we do it, but only a small percentage of us are aware of why we do what we do. How to describe something is simple, because we know how a business operates and what its various roles are within it. What makes a business stand out in the market and differentiated from its competitors is what makes a business unique and what keeps us going. It's what motivates us, and it's why we're invested in the success of our company. The truth is that defining it can be surprisingly difficult. Sinek, on the other hand, believes that focusing on the company's inner circle is the only way to achieve success. To put it another way, work from the ground up. To begin, ask yourself, why? Leaders and organizations tend to approach problem solving from the outside in. Starting with the most obvious, tangible what, we then explain how we're better or different. However, it is rare that the reason for our existence is made explicit. There are many great organizations and leaders out there who think, act, and communicate from the inside out. This is something to keep in mind when looking for inspiration. The why isn't just about making money, it's about a specific purpose. Profit is merely a byproduct. The takeaway here is that a sense of mission is critical. This means that the core values and mission statement should be included in our why, and it's often a profoundly powerful and emotive message that drives us to act. Neurobiology teaches us how to find out why something is happening. The Golden Circle can be found in the very structure of our brains. The outermost layer of the brain is the neocortex, which is responsible for our reasoning, logic, and communication. The outer portion of the Golden Circle corresponds to this. Working from the outside in, we communicate from the neocortex. This makes it simple for others to understand what we do, but it doesn't guarantee customer loyalty or influence purchasing decisions. The limbic system is made up of the structures within our brain. Our strongest feelings, such as love, trust, and loyalty, are housed here. As it were, these are our instinctive reactions. The limbic system has a significant impact on our behavior and decision-making. However, and this is interesting, it is unable to communicate. Emotions can be expressed without the use of words. So what are we to make of this? As a result, our data and information will be understood, but people will not be inspired or committed to what we have to offer if we start with the facts. However, from a scientific perspective, the brain's emotional centers are activated when we begin with why. Direct access to the limbic region of the brain, which is responsible for our actions, is available. How we build trust and loyalty is through this method. People connect emotionally first, then logically process the how and the what. Some of the world's most influential leaders and companies have used this strategy to influence and even change the world. This is crucial. It's not what you do, but why you do it that people buy. Why has been the starting point for so many influential businesses, innovators, and leaders who have inspired change. Customers aren't interested in what you do, they're interested in why you do it. Apple is a good example of this. Rather than doing business with everyone who needs what they have to offer, Apple wants to do business with people who share their beliefs. If Apple were just another computer company, it could use a marketing message emphasizing the fact that their machines are well made and easy to use. In addition, this is how most marketing is done. It's usually a straightforward pitch that explains what you do and why it's better than what your competitors are doing in the marketplace. Is this message, however, motivating to you? It's unlikely. Apple's marketing and message have been successful because the company as a whole thinks in a different way. Apple is a company that challenges the status quo, and their core values are reflected in their mission and ethos. Apple has reversed the order of information in its products. They begin by asking, why? The focus is on what they believe rather than what they actually produce. For those who value originality and innovation, this is the company to do business with. Consequently, Apple and other companies do not just sell products, they affirm the values and beliefs of the people they serve. They've also been successful at innovating across a variety of product categories, making them unmatched in many ways. This is why so many people wait in line for hours to get their hands on the latest iPhone model. Their efforts have resulted in a strong sense of belonging to the brand. Inspiring our coworkers' loyalty and trust is also an important part of our job. Hire people who share your purpose and values. Unifying the team around a single why can be a powerful motivator for effective collaboration and new ideas. For example, the Wright brothers aspired to build airplanes. But why did the Wright brothers succeed when other inventors with greater financial means failed? As a rival to the Wright brothers, Samuel Pierpont Langley, he seemed to have all of the ingredients for success. He had financial backing, human capital, and the right market conditions in place. Langley had a lot going for him: a research grant, a team of top scientists, and the support of the general public. However, the Wright brothers and their team made history on December 17, 1903, when they flew the first motorized aircraft. The brothers lacked Langley's advantages, but they were driven, hard-working, and gifted scientists. In contrast, the Wright brothers had a powerful sense of purpose that drove them and their team forward. They all had an insatiable desire to learn more about the world around them. To succeed, they needed a strong sense of purpose and a clear vision. In the end, they wanted to make it possible for people to fly by themselves. In their minds, the world would turn if they succeeded in making human-powered flight a reality. As a result, Langley seemed to have a different set of goals in mind than the others. One of the most important truths is that when teams believe in the why, rather than the what, they can achieve extraordinary results. In addition, if you hire people who share your values and work ethic, you'll build a strong team. If you're a leader who wants to inspire change, a clear and compelling why inspires employee commitment, customer loyalty, and a work ethic, but it is especially important if you're a manager. To inspire action, great leaders begin with a clear understanding of why they are leading. What distinguishes a great leader? It's important to note that leaders are in a position of power or influence, and most importantly, they inspire us. Rather than following orders, we follow a charismatic leader whose ideals resonate with our own because we believe in him. So, in the summer of 1963, 250,000 people flocked to hear Martin Luther King Jr. speak in Washington, D.C. Not only was Dr. King not the only one who had suffered in the pre-civil rights America, but he was also not the only great orator in the country, but he believed in his message, and so did the people. Instead of focusing on what he wanted for America, Martin Luther King Jr. spoke about what he believed in, starting with a universal human experience. I felt as if I were in the middle of a daydream. Many people showed up because of his message's universality, its unifying power, and its profound weight. As a result, they were able to adopt his cause as their own because they believed in what he was trying to accomplish. In the end, they showed up as a testament to their views on human rights in the United States of America. To sum it up, when it comes to building successful organizations and motivating both employees and customers, Simon Sinek's advice is unmatched. He demonstrates that no matter how good your product or idea is, if you don't have a clear goal in mind, you're not going to be successful. Founders of different eras and with different spheres of influence include Steve Jobs of Apple, The Wright Brothers, and Martin Luther King Jr. however, they all began with a clear reason for doing so. They had a deep understanding of the fact that people don't buy into a product, service, movement, or idea until they understand why it exists. If you want to be an inspiring leader or company, you have to think, act and communicate in the same way. In fact, it's the exact opposite of what everyone else is saying. What if we could all learn to think, act, and communicate in the manner of those who serve as role models for us? I dream of a world where everyone has the opportunity to use their unique gifts of inspiration. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in next audiobook.